only Josh Garrett in the house.
Well, yeah.
What up, Louie? Lovely Louie, my G, Josh Garrett, my little brother for OSB VMT Biometa. Steve, good to see you. Getting ready for it. We're sending out some loving. Lovely Louie, my G. While we get going, I'm gonna play a throwback my little brother from Electric Palace. Getting ready for it. My brothers in loving will. We're gonna play Closer. While we get going, I'm gonna play a throwback little brother from Electric Palace. Getting ready for it. Brothers in loving. We're gonna play Closer. Going, Ooh, we're gonna play Closer again. Throwback little brother. Sorry, button mashing over here. Let's go. Where'd that go? Please hold.
All right, while we're waiting, I'm just gonna get started. So this is Metaverse Monday, episode 68, AR XR Extravaganza. We have a special guest, Vans Kamakaro from the Women in Tech Museum. We are highlighting one of the amazing female artists, LM Designs 8. So many of us know and love her, the energy, the talent, the support, and the level of love that this human being exudes into the world deserves recognition, celebration, and so much more than I can personally provide. So let's fucking go. And then we also have the amazing, the talented, the creative, like groundbreaking Altered Alley, whose really unique world building design is amazing. And I feel like it really blends really nicely into the AR XR, blended experience, IRL versus URL. So I'm really excited to have Altered on stage with us today. Ida XLab, one of my favorite creators, is kicking it with some serious emotes and avatar designs. So thank you for that, Ida. You're making spatial more beautiful every day, not just with your visuals, but with your heart. So I really want to say hi to you. Josh Garrett, welcome, 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 sir. You are a legend already in our world, in our universe. Incredible builder, has been making partnerships and worlds just happen every day. So I'm really grateful for you to be here, Josh. Feel free to hop up on stage if you want to join the conversation regarding AR, XR. You are definitely welcome. I am going to send Altered an invite to speak again. I don't know what happened. One Existence, one of the best metaverse travelers of the world. Make, are you ready to rock and roll?
I am. I want to say hello to AGZ, one of the most talented artists out there in the game. My Crowns family, Addis, my gaming champion. Love Louie, one of my favorite DJs. K Sensei, the girl with the mostest out there with the on-chain banter mornings. We're gonna get this started once again with Closer by Electric Palace. Let's go. And we're off.
Yay, that was really good vibes, good energy. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much for those amazing morning vibes. And that was, who was that again?
That was once again Electric Palace with Closer.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome everybody to Metaverse Monday, episode 68, AR XR Extravaganza with our special guests, LM Design 8 and Altered Alley. Vans hopefully will join us shortly. We're going to hop over to the Women in Tech Museum in a little bit because I believe LM's got some vibes going on there. Oop, I see Vans. I'm going to invite you to co-host with us because Prism is out today doing IRL awesome stuff. But we love you, Priz. We miss you. Vans will keep your seat warm. Really excited. So I did do a few shout outs today. I just want to say hi, One Existence. We've got Alex in the house from Choice, Ida X Lab, one of the most amazing stations on the planet. Lovely Louie, nice to see you. Josh Garrett, K Sensei, Addis. Pleasure. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. If you could do us a favor, retweet the room, get some more friends in here, that would be amazing. Make, what is up? How are you?
Hey, family. It was a wild world in the metaverse. Been cooking my new space myself in Spatial. Had a great time at Spotty Wi-Fi's on Tuesday. Crypto Minotaur came in on Fridays in DCL, did a banger set in his disco ball, followed up with our one and only Meta DJ and a new set. It was crazy, my friend.
I did something really cool this week. I tagged Metaverse Monday in it. I think I participated in the Diners A Taste of the Metaverse. So the K3 conference was held on the East Coast this past weekend, I think Saturday. Yeah. And it was a URL/IRL event. There were amazing Web3 kids as speakers. And the diner set up this really cool metaverse experience where these kids came in 3 different groups. They played with Tinkercad, which is a really cool building tool. And I think Josh knows about it. I know that Cyber Nerd Baby, I think LM knows about Tinkercad. And so these kids got to play around with Tinkercad. Then they went to this next phase where they uploaded it. And then they learned about, uploading and files and all of that good stuff. And third, they hung out with us in the metaverse in this world that the Diner studio created. And they got to see their work uploaded into the metaverse, curated, and then they got to take their picture next to it while they were in world. And it was a really cool introduction to, virtual worlds, virtual art, digital experiences for these kids. And so I got to participate with that. My son came in VR and he was a stormtrooper running around showing the kids how to navigate within the world. So that was a really cool experience that I did this past week. Vans, welcome. What's up to my other mama in the room? How was your weekend?
Hello, everyone. My weekend was great. So it's not as exciting when it comes to the metaverse on my weekends on my end, unless I get invited to a special event. I take it off to do some coding, catch up with school, and Sunday is my hiking day. It's my nature, go touch some grass, so it's very important. So I can come today and be refreshed and be myself. As a mom, I like to take Monday to Friday here in the space. I have kind of my office hours, so yeah, it was a very good weekend to catch up. I had a little cold. I have 2 fussy boys in the back. I just had one fall asleep, and I'm working on the second one. But I'm happy to be here. It might be a quiet house on my end, so it's good. I'll be able to talk more.
Awesome. Well, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Give my love to the tiny humans, the cute little beans. Lots of snuggles to them because I know what it feels like to not feel well. I do want to hand the mic over to LMD. How are you doing? I'm so excited to dive deeper with you today.
Hello, you beautiful souls. How are you? 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 How souls. How are y'all doing today? Like CC Vans make. Oh my goodness. Biometa altered. And all you fabulous souls. What's going on? Kay, Josh, Ira, One Existence, Alex. Hello, Pale Pixie, Steve, Lovely, and hello, Atis. How are y'all? I'm doing wonderful. I'm excited to be here. And oh, y'all. It has been a beautiful, beautiful time. The way that y'all are just doing the epic things. Oh, and the way that y'all are embracing the spooky season is even ooier. I'm just excited. So, yes.
I'm super excited too. Halloween is really, really fun. And honestly, the past several years have been more exciting, more thrilling, more terrifying now that the metaverse is in my life. So thank you all. I'm really excited to talk about AR XR. You've been sort of like one of my go-to people when I have questions, when I have ideas, watching you do really cool things with it. So I'm super excited to dive in with you. I do want to invite Altered Alley to take the mic. Oh no! Who also need, oh, there we go. Because Altered is doing some really cool IRL, URL stuff as well. You know, in sort of that realm of AR, XR. And so I'm really excited to have the conversation with both of you guys today. Altered, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's always hard going after LM. I can definitely not match that energy. I'm always like, just, hey, what's up? After she's like, hey, everybody. It's like I always try and you know, like cheer up a little bit. But it's always hard going after LM. But yeah, man, I'm doing good. Yeah, and I look forward to talking about it. And yeah, LM does some amazing stuff, and across a couple metaverses that I'm working with too. So yeah, man, I look forward to hear what she's got to say.
Excellent, 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 excellent. Okay, so if you guys don't know me, I'm Cece. I'm a metaverse event planner, digital artist, world curator, and a one metaverse advocate. My home world is spatial. That's where a lot of my homies hang out. That's where I do a lot of my business. But I really have found my tribe across multiple worlds in this crazy fun metaverse of ours. And our guests today are just like me, multi-meta maxis, really making the most out of their talents, their arts, their dreams. So I'm really excited to dive in. So I'm in the Women in Tech Museum right now. I will post the link. If you guys haven't jumped in before, please jump in, check it out. It's a really cool museum dedicated to the amazing women in this space who are not only talented, but who are making headway, who are doing amazing things in order to, bring Web3, bring the metaverse, bring tech to the whole world. So I will do that real quick. I do want to say thank you to our partners, CJ Meta Events, guiding your virtual experience, and Vita TV, the Metaverse's first and only cable box. If you want to watch it, it's on Vita TV. Let's take a look here. Make. Do you want to do the intro for the AMA, or do you want me to do it?
Go ahead, since I've been jumping around from stream to stream, get us started. And welcome, Lovely, one of my faves, the designer of our first wearable over at Make an NFT. Great to see you, darling.
Oh, yes. Lovely. Nice to see you. I love the new PFP. Very eye-catching. I was all about it. I was like, who is that gorgeous human? Okay, so get ready to dive deep into the world of AR, XR assets and how they're shaping the metaverse landscape. You can join us today as we welcome our special guests, LMD, Altered Alley. They are AR, XR creators and world builders to share their insights and their experiences. LM, did you want to do a quick intro of yourself for maybe our new friends who haven't met you yet, or we can just dive into the first question?
Of course, of course. Hello, hello, all you beautiful souls. I am LM Designs 8. I'm a healing, multi-dimensional artist. I use Web3 technology and my intentions to bring immersive experiences that not only are fun and future tech now, but also are rooted in they will charge you and help you elevate. I love to build and focus currently on asset creation, world making, and everything XR, everything immersive and beyond, and building and bridging and getting to learn each and every one of the technologies I can by the communities I'm involved with so that we can all elevate and grow from there. So, just a little about me.
Just a little about this incredible human being making our lives better every day. Yeah, no biggie. So what inspired you to get into AR/XR creation and world building? Could you share a little journey with us?
Definitely. So I was one of those, okay, I want to try and get into all of the metaverses, all of the galleries, see how I can play with them, see how they work for me. And one of the first ones that I was just like, oh my goodness, what can I do here is over the reality. So I understood that I could buy land and I understood that it was geotagged and I understood the power there at the very tip of the iceberg. I was like, well, let me get into it and then I will understand it more and more as I go on. And for me, it definitely developed into finding these technologies and knowing how excited I've always been for these technologies to be at this point where we could readily use them, play with them, explore them, and grow them was something I've been waiting for forever. So I was like, I don't want to go this path alone. I want every one of my peoples, all of my family, all of my friends to understand what they can do with this AR, XR, and beyond, and how they can do that. So my first thoughts was create experiences that they will want to see. And it started, my first thoughts were to form a family tree over an area that I bought around where my family is and leave there an experience that we could put up pictures that belong to our family members. They could be involved. They could send it to me. I could put them up, but they could all experience anytime that they came to this. And then I realized, well, this is going to live on forever. This has now become a timestamp and a time capsule. So I was like, okay, they might not get it in 2023, but by 2025 they will understand that there is roots that we have created here and now, and they will only grow from there. So it really became a, how can I make the roots of my forever tree start with this technologies. So yeah.
Wow, I love that origin story. You're like a superhero, so it's an origin story for me. I want to pass the mic to Altered. If you want to introduce yourself to maybe some of our friends who haven't met you before, please do so. And I kind of want to ask you the same question. Like, how did you venture into the tech that you're working with? And, share your journey with us. What inspired you?
Yeah, sure. I'm Altered Alley. I'd say my home is basically spatial. It's where I do the large majority of my building. But I also, like LM, I'd found over the reality earlier, and I'd started building on that and was really, tied in with the geotagging. I guess my interest in it really began years ago, like Pokemon Go era. At the time, I used to work cell towers and things like that. I was really into like the whole tech end of that thing. And even though I was really never into that game, like the reality of like if you can, geolocate a little cartoon character somewhere, that you can geolocate anything, and that stuck with me this whole time. Um, but really, that the technology has started to catch up, where 5G, all that stuff, where you could actually start using this stuff with the hardware. That it really like it finally hit that it was like go time. You know what I mean? That like I've been waiting for this for years and kind of thinking about it, mulling it over. But when the time kind of came that like okay, and even though it was actually kind of like, Mark Zuckerberg's speech, like kind of kicking it off, you know what I mean? But he really did. He really kind of hit the starting point on it. It was kind of like from there forward, it was like just kind of full blast. Um, I see Meg's got his hand up. What's up, Meg?
Yeah, I just had a couple things. Like one, maybe you guys could explain the difference for those who are just new to the AR XR experience, maybe what the difference is between AR tech and XR tech. And also if you can expand a little bit on the geotagging versus the XR or AR use that you guys are using on that platform.
Sure. With Over, it's like you could buy plots of land. It's like a 300 square meter plot. That's similar to like Spatial when you go into like just the blank canvas. Their SDK is similar to that, and also has Unity capabilities. Um, it's nowhere near as advanced as Spatials. They're definitely ahead of it. But yeah, like a lot of people like they talk about augmented reality and virtual reality. When the two are really gonna mix, it's really gonna be one or the other. Like you'll spin the dial and you'll go into virtual, or you'll spin it back and you'll be in like augmented. So it's all gonna kind of be basically one thing. Um, yeah, yeah. So I guess that's what I got on that,
Definitely
right?
that. hmm I was gonna say 100%. XR is just extended reality. To break down exactly what they mean, and that is exactly what it is. It's everything that we're doing, all of the assets and things that we're creating, are extended realities. So the mixed reality, how you're entering into it, can help you identify which type of experience you're using. But overall, if you're in a headset, it's typically going to be the virtual. But again, they're all blending. It's all alchemy. So it's all going to come to a point where it's you're just going to focus on the fact that it's immersion. It's immersion all around you. It's going to be immersion on how you want to interact with it. And so that's what I lead with. Like, what is the experience, the feels that I want the person to walk away from the experience with? And then I start to say, okay, then I need to do this in a headset form. I need it enclosed versus I need it to be where they can touch reality. They can touch the walls and things are scaling the walls. Well, that's going to be augmented and mixed. So that's the head space that I will be working in. So
And another cool thing with it is we're getting into the visual positioning. We're basically as we're putting on these glasses and headsets and go down into the world. Basically, they can recognize exactly where you are. It's kind of nutty, but yeah, you go out to like the street and it works with your phone, and you could just kind of move your phone around and it measures the buildings and it immediately can place it. And geotagging, like putting stuff in the real world, is really fun, really interesting, and like you're saying, like 2025, people will finally get it. But yeah, I like to do a lot of stuff with that, and things like graffiti and things like that. Like I might focus on the not so positive side of things sometimes. And yeah, like being able to put up, say, some sort of graffiti or some sort of art piece where you may disagree with something, and it can't be painted over. Like somebody can't just rip that poster off or deface it. Like no, that is there on the blockchain forever. And I think there's something amazing about that, and it applies to a billion different things. I just jumped to like graffiti under bridges for no reason. But like all types of products. I mean, all stores are gonna have all these geolocated shoes and stuff everywhere. It's like Pokemon Go, you know, like you know what I'm saying, right? What's up, Mick?
Yeah, and I would also say, generally speaking, in the AR world, or at least what you see early, you see generally stagnant, maybe just a little bit of video kind of introduced, movements and such like that. LMD recently just took one of my beasts, and we'll have to post that in a little bit. And she had him walking around and having that experience, like basically using what we call an FBX, right? Like a rigged animation. And I thought that was an incredible update to the process. So once in theory, if I use that in a space, could I then geo tag that experience for other people to have, LM?
using different technology, yes. So you could geotag that using the actual program that I use, which is Worldcast. So doing that, you could totally geocast it in that form, and you don't have to buy the parcels of land in the same format that you would with Over, where, but also you don't own that area, but also yeah, so you can definitely geotag in multiple ways, but Worldcast is definitely a way that you can do it. You can create your own experiences, and what I really like to do is if I'm building it for spatial, I want to see how far I can push it in spatial. Use those same assets in the different format because Over the Reality is completely augmented, whereas spatial you're inside of it. So I try and use those assets in as many different formats as possible to see what the variations of the experiences are, what the strong points are of using each of these different apps. And you can also do these amazing geotagging things if anyone is into Eighth Wall, because then you're using the same exact things that Pokemon Go used. You get access to all of that. You do your point cloud, you take your photos and you take the areas that you are, the environments, you're going to scan them in and then you're going to work with them. And you have to go through a process to do it. It is a process, but it is amazing to see all the things you can do. So if you're a nature lover, you can tag the best places that you've been and have people follow that. And it's so powerful what we have the ability to do. We just need the creatives to do what we're doing. Like, what? Altered Alley and those stickers. I was like, I got my AR stickers
Yep.
ready. We're coming for AR
You know
stickers.
what?
Let's
You know,
go.
you're right. There's a bunch of these geotagging apps. I could rattle off a whole list that you don't have to pay for and things like that. One of my favorite things to geolocate are spatial portals. That is my like most favorite thing to do. Especially a lot of what I do is real world scans. Like I go and I scan like a real world skate park and put that into spatial where everyone can kind of run around and put up extra art and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, then to geolocate, one of the spatial bubbles, little portals in that park, which makes something I do like real weird because like you could walk up just like Pokemon Go, hold your phone, look around, and there'll be a floating portal in the air. And then what you do is once you click on that, if there's people in that space, and now you open spatial in augmented reality, it's like now you've geolocated the avatars in that skate park. And that's part of like this haunted thing I'm doing is I'm saying it's like you can see real ghosts, like because when you like one of the spots is like it's like a trap house in Detroit, like this, broken down house that's like the real haunted house. But if you were to be in there and like hold your phone up and see that portal floating there, which would be like freaky to begin with, but then click on it, and if there are people in the space, and now you see those people in the house, and now you can interact with them and everything like that, just makes it crazy. Like as far as applied to this haunted thing, but the whole fact that you can do
Oh,
that,
this is so cool.
right?
So that kind of leads me into what I wanted to ask next. And both of you feel free, like weigh in on this. You're my experts. You're the knowledgeable ones. I wanted to kind of get into what you guys are talking about is the significance of these AR, XR assets and experiences in the broader context of the metaverse. And you guys are touching on it, just naturally flowing. And I kind of wanted to dive a little deeper in that. Like, how is this, you know, going to help us?
Ooh, there's so many applications on how this can be helpful. So yes, we can always go because again, it's all energy. There's the light and the dark. We want to know the good ways. What can we do? One of my favorite things that I've always loved to do is, we stress and have stressful moments all of the time. So my way of pushing how this could be helpful, what we could do to use this to help build the balance, find the balance, was creating mental health bubbles. In a sense, creating metaverse meditation stations that you bring to yourself anytime you need it. That is the power. The power of it being at your fingertips. Okay, you need to hit a certain frequency, we got you covered. All you have to do is bring that to you. Hit the AR, you can look out the window, you can look around your surroundings, look at the sky, and be charged. So you can definitely say that the power is in the creator. So if we want it to be a healing experience, that's exactly what we're going to get because that's what we're going to build for everyone to find.
Hey, I got a quick follow-up that, and maybe either of you can do it. Can you use this, say, in reverse, right? So here we are having this experience. We're all live right now in the Women in Tech Museum. Shout out to our girl Vance for making it all happen. Can you use this now in reverse for, say, where you could then tag, let's say, or make a portal in the metaverse, in spatial, and then we get to go experience, that outside look, where you geotagged?
Yeah. Well, I have a spatial space called Over the Reality. And it's you go into basically into spatial, you go into the gallery and you go around, but all the portals are to over the reality spaces. So yeah, it does work the other direction, and basically that's just a whole bunch of OVR builders. I'm pretty sure LM's got a couple builds in there. If not, we should add some more portals to yours. But yeah, it works back the other direction, which is cool. And spatial is one. It's really cool because they've constantly said they want to be open and interoperable. And since I heard them say that to begin with, I've been like testing it, and it works phenomenally. So yeah.
Could you possibly shoot up like a portal, maybe just so we could take a peek at one of those experiences and then look actually at that geotag place? We would really appreciate it. And welcome Sherlock, by the way, one of the luckiest men in the Ute and DGOD community. He is the winner of the Tesla. He won a Tesla for playing the game around with the
Burr,
Ute.
burr,
So
burr, burr.
big love, Sherlock. I already
Congratulations.
feel luckier today. He probably won all the Utes from the bridge yesterday. Big love, family. And yeah, let's see what some of that AR tech can do.
Well, while Altered is getting himself set up, because I hope he does do a link, I want to go to LM's spot, your Halloween spot, the Tez spot. It looks like there's a portal to it here in the Wit Museum. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it as we hop in?
Yes. Okay. Okay. We are going to the Fear for Tez, y'all. I cannot tell y'all how excited I am for the Fear for Tez. So I am definitely a Tezos artist and collector, and I love Tezos. So Fear for Tez is a event that happens every year. This is the third one, and I was wonderfully allowed to create the spatial aspects of the event, and I I didn't know where to start, so I started with the words fear for Tez, and I'm a graphic designer, and I love doing things that look from one point one way. I'm a gamer also, so I love an Easter egg, and you can definitely tell the Easter egg that came for Fear for Tez because the entire environment was built in Illustrator first with the words and topography of Fear for Tez, and then I went through the making it 3D, then taking it into Blender, creating some different various things in there, popping into Unity, adding all the portals, then making it all live and come to you in full effect inside of Spatial. So this was a treat to do. It is an environment created by me, but powered by you all. It is super spooky because I try and be spooky, but even my kids, they just laugh when I try and be spooky. So I in a sense created an open community curated gallery. So what I did was I created the main area, then I created a duplicate template of it so that we could give it out to the other Tezos communities across globally. And it ended up being that we all came together in the main one and we are creating different variations and different wings created by you all. So the art you will see in there is from various creators throughout the Tezos community who are participating. And the event is still going on until the 31st. So we have lots of time. You can definitely participate. And it is just, you can add your art, you can add fellow artists work, whatever you feel like. We're just super excited. I'm so happy that everyone's coming together, adding their art, fueling, empowering this. And I did want to try and be inclusive. And I know that there were a few people who were telling me how they have motion sickness, so they wish they could do spatial and things of that nature. So I am going to be getting together and asking the community to take any pictures that you can. And I have actually created another instance. I was doing that earlier today. That is a still instance. So there is not any portals, there aren't any fogs and motion of that nature. And it will be just still shots of the environments because we want everyone to enjoy it and we don't want you to be uncomfortable. So, yeah, okay.
Hey, LM, so at this point in your space, and I will jump in just a moment, but we're watching that over on live screen. So can you then in reverse say if we click on one of these elements, could we then see that geotag place like in IRL from there, or is this a separate situation?
This one is a separate situation. I don't have anything geotagged inside of this environment.
Gotcha. And see if you could be so kind, if you could throw up that space so we could all jump through, unless I'm missing it over in the Women in Tech Museum, we'd love to see it. Also,
Yeah, in the Women in Tech Museum, it's linked over there above the Happy Halloween. You should be able to grab it there.
fantastic. And I'm going to take this opportunity, first of all, to thank Little Brother Biometa for our streaming over at Vita TV. We're currently jumped out on Twitch, on Kick, probably on Twitter, jumping through spatial. So we really appreciate you, Little Brother Biometa. Also, we wanted to really let y'all know that this Wednesday we have a D Goddess joining the spin. We're going to celebrate the women in tech, throw a heck of a party this Wednesday night. I hope you all join us.
I am so excited. Really cool, DJ. And the Women in Tech Museum is going to be the perfect venue. Lots of dancing. It'll be an hour, start to finish. We'll do a little giveaway. Just really celebrate the amazing women in the space. And we've been highlighting women in tech pretty much all month and for about a month. And it's just been so much fun, and we just wanted to throw a little going away party and invite as many people as we could to really enjoy the space. So big love to Make and Make an NFT for helping get all of that set up. Big love to Vans and Women in Tech for allowing us to do a little bit of a takeover of her world and drag you guys all around. Checking so many things out. The art in here is so great, LM. It's so fun and very spooky. I am super spooked. And it's really cool that you're making it inclusive and you're giving sort of like a static experience as well for our sweet community members who may be a little bit motion sickness. So I thought that was really cool. Altered, did you link that space? Is there a spot where we can grab that link and we can have that experience you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, for the spatial space, are you guys looking for an over space? I don't have pressure.
We're hoping to go from spatial to a geolocation where we could see it in reverse. At least that's what I thought we were saying. But either way, to possibly jump from a spatial to a geotag space.
Yeah, if you go to the spatial space called Over the Reality, that whole gallery is all over spaces. It might be, you might have to, over takes a minute. You have to sign up and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's going to be a real clean transition. But yeah, Over the Reality on spatial, as far as that, unless Ellen might have something fresher for Over the Reality.
Okay, cool. And if you aren't able to follow along in world with us today, don't worry, boo, we got you. We are streaming to several different metaverses and to my Kick. So I went ahead and posted that in the top if you want to see what we're seeing as you follow along with us today. So yeah, I am in the Fear for Tez, checking it out with Vans and a few others. And we've got some cool questions on the board. Make, what do you want to do? Do you want to check out the OVR in spatial?
Well, first and foremost, I just wanted to say, LM, I have like a character jumping and doing flips over me who looks rather scary. When you built out some of these FBXs, by the way, did you use Mixamo or is this a separate process? Because I don't think I've ever seen the flipping action.
So, yes, no, I actually used a various formats. So I was actually playing around with Move AI a lot to do these things. I actually enjoyed doing. I will pin to the top. I'm bringing in LM Designs 8 actual moves fully into the metaverse. So sometimes I can find the things that I want to find on Mixamo or can create them by re-rigging it and creating and animating it, frame by frame. But I find that I am the best for what I'm trying to make. And so, yes, I used a bit of Move AI along with um, Mixamo in order to bring these animations. So you can see pin to the top. Like I do a dance move, like the phone. I'm using Move One because Move AI, it's a little expensive. They were beta testing. You have to have like 3 or 4 cameras, and this whole motion capture suit makes it better. But they made it very simple. It is in testing, so you can just hop on over to Move AI and find them on Twitter and in their Discord and just request that you want to use it and test it out. And so this allows for one camera to track you. Yes, there's a little bit of cleanup sometimes. Sometimes it's not the cleanest, but considering that I do not have to get a motion capture suit, considering it is literally using just my technology I'm using anyway, y'all, this is some powerful, crazy, oh my gosh, mind blowing stuff. So, yes, to create my FBXs, I go through various formats, but yes, you're seeing a dash of me and a dash of everything else.
That is unbelievable. So I just wanted to help for any of y'all who are not processing this, right? And are just letting this pass by. So Mixamo, as I was talking about before, is a rigging tool actually created by Adobe. And they have like a catalog of a bunch of different movements you can access for your avatar, your rigged avatar or FBX. In fact, generally speaking, what happens is you take a GLB, you turn it into an FBX, correct? And then you bring it in and you get it rigged through that automated system. And then you pick out what, motions or things you want your avatar to be showing, or if you want to make a movie. And then you compress that, bring it into, say, Blender, and you finish out your video. What LM is saying is she is out there doing backflips, folks, recording that action through Move AI and then compressing that and bringing that FBX into their world, which is absolutely unbelievable. I will just throw out also, there is a new app that has just come available, largely to the Kid Called Beast community. At least that's where I got my access point, and it is called Move One. I'm not 100% sure if Move AI and Move One are in cahoots. They might be. It might actually be the same project. Um, but either way, what we're basically saying right now is you can now take your own movements, your own dance moves, and import them into your characters and your videos.
Yes, they are. That is the Move AI is the overhead, and Move One is their mobile version. So yes, you are speaking the same thing, and y'all, it is super powerful. Like what? I was literally talking to someone in the space who was saying that their son, they wanted to dance and wanted to, get into break dancing, but they were embarrassed about it. And I was like, you should check out Move AI because all of his moves could be himself. He could be his favorite Fortnite characters or whatever characters he wants. It could be his moves though, and that can empower him until he's ready to, do it himself. So yes, the power is there, and I'm excited about it.
You
So
know
okay.
what's you know what's funny,
Ooh.
LM? I am legit making Move AI catalogs for playing table tennis. So very soon you're gonna see my beast battling it out on a table tennis space in spatial, and it's gonna be all make.
Yes, I love
That's
that.
gonna be a watch-worthy experience. Yes. And I want to hand the mic to Vans. What's up?
No, I just want to give kudos to both of the speakers, and I want to say that yesterday I actually tried one of the LM design uh, AR filter for the MIDI punks, and boy, I need some of your lessons, like virtual and everything, because
Post
you
the
know
video. Post the video on the jumbotron.
I will. But I was trying to mimic the spatial moves, and basically the only moves I have are like the default moves. You guys need to hook me up, like for this party on Wednesday, because I only got two steps. I couldn't even wait for to say hi, CC. Few seconds, I was trying to say hi to you, and I couldn't. But it's insane what AR can do, and we need more designs, moves. I tried it recently, and I'm really impressed. And I know we're talking about this topic, and I wanted to add like one of the cool things about AR. I was recently like part of an exhibition in Germany, and it was possible because they're going through different places in Germany, and they're exhibiting me like in front of like their well-known places. So I think it's everything. Like it's up to the creators' imaginations, and I want to say again, thank you for everything that you guys doing, and like I'm totally understanding more now.
Oh, I love this. It just makes me so happy. And thank you for using the filter. Like every time y'all do it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, y'all don't know how happy that makes me. So thank y'all.
Yeah, I owe you a solid post with my beast walking around. I was so impressed, I'm not gonna lie, to have that next level FBX included. I'm just really trying to find a great way to have him running around, no question. Also wanted to welcome to the fam and to the space Van Gogh, the new head of the Utes community space, one of our fam favorites.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome. So honored to have you all here. The Utes, what up, what up? I want to ask Altered this question to give LM a little rest, and then I'll probably ask her this one too, because I really want to know their answer. Altered, when you're designing your experiences, and I've been in several of them, and they are so like visually striking. What are some key elements to consider in terms of user engagement and interactivity? So how do you, I guess, what does Tyrone say? Like, how do you make it sticky?
Yeah, as far as interactivity, I'm actually way behind the game on that. Um, I definitely want to gamify all my spaces, like all the spaces I've made. As soon as I can give people paintball guns and all that kind of stuff to, be completely interactive, it's going to be a lot of fun. That's a whole lot of work, though. It's like getting into the Unity side of things and doing all that. It's like I just haven't had the time and the money to really sit down and do all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like I'm kind of looking at like what the competing spaces are starting to be, and it's like they're becoming these gaming companies and things like that that are coming in with these gargantuous budgets to be able to make these like amazing games. And I'm like, as a starter game maker, it's like I think it's going to be hard for me personally to shine anytime soon, making some real basic video game, competing against people who've made like $1 million budget games. Um, so I guess my spaces aren't, and the whole idea is basically when people like LM or Ira down there make these interactive things to be able to incorporate them into these spaces. It's like there's so many people building these things. It's like put it in the backpack, and then open them up. In the spaces I've been building. So yeah. But as far and otherwise, I just make these like just immense places that you can really get lost forever. Like you go in there and like there'll just be like a little tunnel, a little cave that takes you into whole other rooms. It's like the entire like collection is like about 700 spaces, and it's basically impossible to make it from one end completely to the other. So it's like even though I don't necessarily have the ball games and that stuff in there yet, as far as just running, jumping, falling, it's literally like never ending. It's so. But all the interactive stuff is coming.
Well, I think you raised some great points too, right? First and foremost, shout out Addis, one of our favorite gamers in the space. But Honestly, there are a lot of different ways to use such as like spatial. When I make a spatial, I throw in a GLB and I decorate it how I want and I use it for parties. You know what I mean? And then there's a way if your space and where your head is at, you go out and you make augmented reality experiences in geo tag spaces and you follow your lane and you find your people. Right now, spatial, yes, is really concerned, and at least we feel, right, making a push for this next gamification experience, and it's having its weight, but it doesn't attract everybody, right? I think there's still a lot of room for everybody to find their own lane within the spatial context.
Sure. And like what I'm doing with like the real world scans and then I'm tying spatial to the real world. And I've brought up the spatial that like get on the geolocation side of things too. Like I'm sure they could do it. They started as an AR company. Um, so it's like if we didn't have to go to a separate app for the geolocation side, but the whole thing of like, like the mixed reality thing, like once you're wearing these glasses, and you open these spaces like in the geo space, like there's going to be like 10 more people in the room or 10 more people in the party than you see normally. So yeah, there's a million use cases for basically the metaverse. Like I look at spatial as a blank metaverse page, and it's like there's a million uses for it. Everyone's concentrating on
So
gaming just because that's sorry, just where the money.
yeah,
Like
no,
everyone's saying the money's in gaming, the money's in gaming. So everyone's concentrating on
yeah.
gaming, but there's a lot more to it.
Oh yeah, well, blockchain gaming, there is a huge piece of the pie still like up for grabs. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from and like where spatial's coming from because that market is ripe for profit. But you brought up a really cool sort of idea, or like a segue to the next question that I had for both of you is, what trends or innovations are you looking at, or you expecting to see sort of like take over the space in the next, 6 months, years, 5 years? Like, what is giving you sort of like the tinglies, being like, oh, this is going to be big?
Um, I'll let LM go if she's got something, but I would say AI. All these things we're making, like to really get down and like get in Blender and build a space and things like that within months, or they basically exist now, where it's just AI game building, AI asset creation. Like AI is just the elephant standing on the gorilla in the room for what's coming, in my opinion.
So, do you feel like AI will help people like us that are single builders and developers pushing our own story? Like, there's a lot of room to be an independent with AI coming, no?
Yes, it's a great place for creatives because, like, they're handing us this an unbelievable tool. They can literally make anything you can think of. But I think there's a lack of creativity out there where, like, you get, like, just like, here's a blank sheet of paper and, all the art supplies you could make something, and people are like, I don't know what to make. But if you're somebody who could just constantly think of stuff and create stuff and just tell I want a skateboard world with spikes or whatever. Like, it's a good time to do that. You know what I mean? I'd start today. you know, the competition is going to be maybe fierce.
I actually wanted to add in that recently, this past weekend, one of my assignment for my artificial intelligence class, I'm taking a coding class for that. It actually help us to find on GitHub this I guess code that called chatbots and their work as AI agents. And once you clone the code in your computer and set everything up, you basically ask these agents, which work as a team of software development, and not only software development. I mean, you can create like I think anything, and you basically tell them, hey, create this, not that for me, or create like this pixel art where I can like have maybe generate AI ideas for me, but at the same time, I can paint. So that's something that it worked. But for us here that are like in the space and we want to be a builder when it comes not only like, to the metaverse, we can look into this. I feel that, it was so easy to implement. And this AI not only like gave you the code, but it gave you the whole documentation. It showed you the process from like the artist, from the documentation team, from the software engineers team, and it's amazing. And I think everything, everyone should try it. And also, kind of teaming in on AR. A lot of things are going to happen. I don't think only AI is the future, but AR, because like if you guys are not really paying attention, like, Ravens just kind of like launched their second smart Raven stories. I was like an influencer for the first one, but I love this one because it has AI. And later in the future, they're trying to implement everything that's come, AR. You're walking down the street, you're able to see like, your Google Maps, all these amazing things. You're able to talk. So like, I'm really like telling people like to step up. Like if you don't know how to code, find ChatGPT, like, like help AI to help you guide you and learn AR because that's what's coming next.
I completely agree. I think having those Google Glasses kind of vibes where this UI drops down, heads up display, and you can look at maps, you can look at places to eat, menus, whatever it is. You can get notifications on your phone or whatever coming through, these smart glasses. I do think that's sort of going to be the next sort of like layer to our life. And I was reading about AI agents this morning where NVIDIA actually trained their agent to play Roblox, I think it was, or Minecraft. I can't remember which one. And it was able to build, it was able to like collect things, and all it was trained on was hours and hours of streamer videos playing Minecraft. It was Minecraft. So I thought that was a really cool sort of AI story. And these agents could automate and replace like white collar jobs, which I thought was really cool because not only are they being trained, but if they have access to API, which a lot of web-based companies will allow, then they can actually interact because it's the code that makes it actionable. So that's really cool that AI like can write this code to take action if they have access to the API. So I thought that was a really cool story, and thank you, Vance, for bringing that up. Yeah, there's a little bit of a higher level conversation, but I think it's a really necessary. What's up, Make?
That's really interesting, Vance. I was just wondering when it comes to glasses, can you use those glasses to somewhat be in an AR situation and jump into spatial and kind of stream out through that process?
Okay, as right now, like, well, I am in non-disclosure agreement, but I want to say that obviously they want to like improve and make a lot of user feedback. So whatever idea that you have in your head right now that you think will make smart glasses, that's already on the process. Like the first smart glasses, the Ray-Ban, like you can take photos, you can record. Like I'm actually using them right now to be here. This is my Bluetooth. Like I'm listening to my kids. I am taking photos and stuff like that. But the second one, you're going to be able to live stream to your social media. So you're out there on the street, you're recording something happened, and now you're like a journalist. Like, like I guess this is like what we're moving towards. And I think X is kind of like promoting that, like, the journalism and the glasses. But they're going to do some updates that you can basically, yeah, that's going to be happening soon by maybe 1 or 2 years.
I was gonna say sooner than soon because if anybody follows Don Allen III, you will see that he has not just specifically he was live streaming from the glasses, and you can see in real time how that is happening right now. He did that last week, so yeah, it's
You
here.
know what? You know what's going to be very interesting, and there was a good guy who runs around on Twitter, excuse me, or X, Gentle Tornado, who used to dance in the background, like he danced in the morning to music. He had a ton of vibes, but he ran into copyright infringement issues just from dancing to music in the background. So I wonder how we're going to deal with music when it comes to streaming and how that's going to evolve.
I think one thing you'll start to see a lot of AI produced music. That's another, like, just be like, AI, give me this kind of song that's got kind of a Snoop Dogg feel with a little bit of Bob Marley, and it'll be like boo boo boo. There's a free song. Like, you don't have to go through any of the same process. And I think it's going to be problematic for all these people trying to sell music when a lot of people are just like, I could just make that in 3 seconds. Yeah, I could even basically steal it from you and tell it change it more than 35% so you can't sue me. So yeah, there'd be a lot of
Oof.
free music. One thing I do want to try and throw out there, on that over the reality platform, there's this one thing you can try where it's a like an embodied AI, where basically you could see an avatar in augmented reality, and it's tied in with something similar to a chat GPT, where you could actually like talk to this thing, talk to, and like you can pick out a couple different avatars, and it's not like full blast ready for everybody, but it's like it's kind of beta tester. Let's try this. But when you can imagine wearing those glasses and basically your Siri or whatever you got is going to be like a person standing next to you. That's going to be like be able to track anything you do, or like you'll just turn to them and say, where's the nearest restaurant, or where's this. But one, yeah, try it just to get the idea on the embodied AI. It's interesting.
Could you post?
I oh sorry, I'm in your over the reality spatial space. I'm in front of NFT Paris right now, so I'm watching the TikTok that you posted. It's really cool, this experience, and I see the attraction, and I love it. I want this in Google Glasses. So yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that one. I haven't updated that one in the longest time. If you guys are cruising through spatial spaces, the one that I'm working right now is Haunted Alley. That's my shill for the the night.
Ooh, yeah, and you have an underground fashion show coming up too. So if you're not following Altered Alley, you're missing out on a huge part of Web3, like virtual world community. Altered is tapped in and doing some amazing stuff, as well as LMD. Also really tapped into the heart of, the community here in the metaverse. So I would say follow them, follow us, and stay in the know. What's up, Make?
Yeah, I just wanted to jump into that space and check it out. I'm seeing it on Twitter. Could you throw that into our live view in spatial? Because that looks unbelievable. Also wanted to shout out Cowboy Tom and Brother Wes. Great to see you, my friends.
And I did want to mention what you all had asked, like different things that we're excited about and different things that we think we're going to emerge. Okay, y'all, the regular business card, it's a business card. I'm not going to knock a business card. I've created so many business cards. I love business cards. Don't play with me. The business card of yesteryear is going to change. There are going to be image and tracked images, and image targeting is going to be beyond what people are using it for. People are actually going to start using it. People are going to say, oh, okay, I'm going to hand you this piece of paper and I'm going to use my business cards because we've already got them printed. We don't want to kill any more trees. Okay, but we're going to use that. And now when you look at it and you have your phone on top of it, you're going to get a full resume, video, me talking to you. You'll see the links, be able to click from there, click, click, click on screen. It'll take you to the links to where I want you to go. That's going to be the power of what we're coming into and what is going to be readily available, which is readily available, but people aren't using it that way. Like my logo is definitely tagged, QR tagged. I have a AI QR tag because I love prompting things and I had to give it all of my vibes. So I have an AI generated QR tag because it's got all of my charm and whatnot, but it takes you to where I want it to be. People are going to use the tappers, the NFC tappers that they're like, oh, you can get them really cheap. Use them. Do that. Like these things are at our fingertips. I definitely use the NFC tappers at NFC NYC last year and allowed the people to know that the art AR gallery is still up live in full effect. You can access, tune in, tap in because I created it on 8th Wall. You can tune in and tap in it now. But I also created it out inside of Spatial so that you can see all of those elements inside of a platform that you're familiar with. And then you can hit the AR mode there too. So again, it's using all of the things that you do, and we are the interoperability. So, it's going to be a thing.
Absolutely love that. And if you are into AR XR, I would love to invite you up to the panel so you could share your experience or share a bit of your journey for sure. We want this to be an open conversation. We've got a few more minutes, so I do have some discussion topics we can dive into because I would love to pick your brain. And then of course, Make has got his hand up. What's up?
I just have a quick question when it comes to how you guys are recording the AR XR. So, generally speaking, on certain AR XR platforms, when you use like the kind of screen capture feature or you hold on to the video feature to let that play out, it kind of goes frame by frame. Are you guys using capture via the screen record of the phone, or do they have an elevated video platform on 8th Wall?
So on 8th Wall, yeah, I just use what's on my screen and it does it really well. I actually need guidance in how to do the best shots because, oh, yeah, no, sometimes my shots in Spatial, I'd be so, ooh, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna get with somebody because, if you don't have that superpower, you lean into the superpower of those around you. Yes, okay. But for 8th Wall, yeah, no, because a lot of it is built on just JS, so you're gonna have the imports. I'm actually looking at one right now because I was gonna build out something while we were here, and it's a capture photo, but it's using all of the things that you would find for JS. So that's why it's so robust. They use the things that you would use anyways that are open network and are open source and have the best people working on it because these are the creators using it. So they're going to use and have the best things. And those are all accessible to you and 3JS and things of that nature.
Just a quick follow up there. When you're using the video capture button on the platform, do they allow you to capture audio as well, or is it only video?
It's all in how you code it. So literally, if you want audio, you just have to add in a section to have the support for audio. If you just want it to be video, then it can just be video. But literally, what you're doing is you're building it, and they have a very robust library where you can find examples, you can find modules, you can pull it in. There is a whole bunch with AI and trained models that I have not even started to get into, but there's so much to it that they have here. Right now, I'm mostly in my, into my filters and things of that nature, but they have Gen AI powered by Open AI and things built in, and you can use Dolly Chat GPT and you can actually generate things inside of the app. I'm looking at it, one of the components right now. So yeah, it's really robust. It just depends on how you want to do it and how you want to get into it.
Amazing. Amazing. See, you want to take some of the field questions? We've got One Existence out here. How you doing,
Yes.
my?
Welcome, One Existence.
Hello, hello. I just wanted to come up on. I would, I would be surprised if LM or Altered has not heard of a person that goes by Mint in the Twitter space. If people are more curious about over the reality specifically as well, watch for him. He is doing Twitter spaces quite often. I think on Fridays it's at 3 p.m. Pacific. I want to say for sure. He does some early morning ones Pacific time wise too. So I tried to get him in here, but he must be working or something.
Yeah, Metaverse Mints. He's been going for quite a while, holding Twitter Spaces, really trying to get people in on the over the reality. If you guys heard anything and you want to check that app out, I would definitely tap in with him 100% on existence. And another guy called
There he is.
Extravaganza. Vince?
You start talking about him, and there he is. I see him down
Yeah,
below.
yeah.
Woohoo! I was gonna say he's probably working on the Emerald City rug, and boom, there he goes. And I pinned to the top one of his posts. Hi, Vince.
Welcome, welcome, Mince. If you have time to come up, we'd love to have a quick chat with you. We're talking about AR, XR, sort of like in the big picture, but of course, OVR is sort of like the go-to for that. So we're happy to have you join us if you're interested. But I don't want to make you uncomfortable and force you up here. But you guys, quick question. We've got a little time left. We've got about 15 minutes. So I would love to open up the topic of conversation. We can dive into the evolution of AR XR, which I think we touched on really intelligently earlier. We are doing a lot of interactive storytelling with AR XR with, you know, LM, you're doing so many really cool things. You've helped out the MIDI punks with their storyline. Altered, you're kicking ass with what you're doing with sort of like graffiti art, this back alley sort of vibe, and then you're rocking into Halloween with some scary cool stuff. We have sort of touched on cross-platform compatibility in past shows, and I think Altered, you sort of mentioned about how maybe the transition from spatial to OVR is a little bit janky right now, but that doesn't mean it won't be smoother in the future. And so I just wanted to open up and see if there were any topics that sort of, you know, tickled your funny bone and that you wanted to expand on.
Me? Not really. I mean, yeah, if Mince wants to talk about what he's doing, yeah. Otherwise, what
Yeah.
I'm doing, I'm just concentrating on this haunted thing till the end of the month, and we're actually going to be doing some filming later. So if anyone wants to jump in and kind of be part of like a real world haunted experience, yeah, that's kind of my focus right now. And we're actually also doing a show. It's called Shooting the Shit. That's on YouTube, and we just filmed our sixth episode last night, where we interviewed NF Tempo. So yeah, you're talking about like the whole filming end of this stuff is going to be huge. Like commercials, all that kind of stuff is going to start to be shot in these 3D spaces, and yeah, trying to learn how to shoot like that, it's a great skill right now. Like virtual camera operator, basically. Definitely something to jump into. So yeah, if you're around tonight, want to kind of mess around and learn with us, like jump in.
Yeah, if you've got a tweet, post it. Mince, please, welcome to the stage. So glad you could hop in with us for the last 15 or 20 minutes of our show. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit? And then I got a question for you if you're ready.
Hey, hi, thanks. Hey, thanks One Existence for letting me know this was going on. I recognize most of the people in here, so nice to see you guys. Yeah, we haven't been doing our regular spaces as much recently. We do Mondays and Thursdays typically. I did not do this morning. But Thursdays we do a 3 o'clock show, and I'll be doing one on Thursday as well. So, and we talk a lot about over the reality. I appreciate what you guys said about that. What kind of question do you have?
So we've just been doing an overview on AR, XR, and of course, LM and Altered are, you know, my experts, and you, I think, sound like you're their experts. So it's really nice to have you with us. I kind of was interested in how you envision the future of AR, XR in the metaverse. What trends or innovations do maybe you expect to see in the space moving forward or in the near future?
Oh my gosh, you do this to everybody?
We could start. We can. What's your favorite color? We could start with that.
You know, I don't know I don't know what trends to look for in the metaverse. I know that I mean, I'm hoping that it involves more people, to be honest with you. You know, I'm getting, you know, I love you guys, but you know, we're talking to the same people every week here, you know. Um I want to get to the point where I'm looking to my guys on the left and I'm looking to my guys on the right in real life, and one of those guys wants to talk about Web3 and what it might mean for them or their businesses. I'm working on a bunch of different angles right now. You know, one of the utilities that I just kind of discovered about NFTs, I don't know if anybody else has really considered this, maybe, probably, and maybe I'm just slow. I don't know. but just the fact that they get picked up by platforms like OpenSea and are viewable by up to 80 million viewers, visitors a month is a utility in itself. Anyway,
So what kind of assets are you sort of referring to? Sort of like PFPs or 3D assets
so
that are on the blockchain?
right now I'm working on a project where I'm taking the what I've done for the last 30 years, which is sell building products, and I'm making a map where people can go look at building products in real life. And I'm talking to people I know all over the country who sell these products and who have, pictures of these things. And, I can put the things that I can put on the map. And now that I know that they can go on the map, I know what they are, I have pictures of them and all this metadata about them. I can turn them into NFTs. And now I have a way to promote the dealer salesperson. I have a way to promote the contractor. I have a way to promote the product, in a completely new way on OpenSea. It's immutable. It's going to be there forever. And any NFT platform that's out there are going to pick these things up.
That is very cool, especially for, you're more of an IRL, it sounds like, project. And then you're starting to use, sort of like those digital sort of tools and resources. Whereas a lot of projects start digital and then they try to like force utility onto their project as they go, because somewhere along the line, utility became like utility or die situation. So it's very interesting. Yeah. So definitely, if there is anything anybody else would like to share regarding AR, XR, their experiences, please feel free. Otherwise, I'd be happy to do a safety round, make sure that we know what's going on for the week, because we have some movers and shakers in the space. And we want to know what's happening for this next week so we can be a part of it. I will pass the mic to Biometa and he can start our safety round if nobody else has anything they want to discuss.
Yeah, I just want to, hey, CC, hey, guys, what's up? It's Rallo. Hope everyone's having a great day. I think make mentioned something really before that kind of just blew up, but we were talking about how music rights in restreams and live streams are being affected and sued and for infringement. And so I've been working on this in depth, I would say, for the last 6 months with my attorney. And it's funny, even legally, these guys aren't sure how to handle it because, here they are telling me that I need to have a broadcast license, this license, that license. But in reality, if I was to run all of my streams off of YouTube, it's almost like the poor man's copyright where, like back in the day where you would certify mail yourself a letter and just don't open it. The way it works that I'm finding to be effective is whatever live stream that we are doing, as long as we run it through a platform that already has an agreement or a contract with like ASCAP, which they do, which is also Twitter, which is also Instagram. The worst of your worries is just having your replays be muted back. So you really necessarily, at this point in time, it doesn't really sound like, I need a broadcast license or anything like that. As long as you drive it through a platform that has a pre-existing relationship with ASCAP. And I just wanted to make you guys aware of that because it's pretty good info.
So just a quick follow-up on there. I know if for anybody out there who's been lately trying to put on music on Instagram, Instagram has recently removed almost the entire music catalog and only has like popular trending music available. Was there an execution that was different there? And then as far as I knew, the only one who you could really stream through right now and then hold on to that all the way through, but you have to use their logoing, is TikTok. Is that not true?
I don't know. TikTok's sort of a different beast, and they're not all held by the same regulations and laws. Where some, like, just because it's a social platform, there's different levels of social platform. So, like, for example, Snapchat, no one ever brings up about that, but they also have abilities to live stream to Snapchat. So I think as long as the platform, the main thing, I would check with that platform and check with their relationship that they have with ASCAP. before doing anything. Now, for your example, if Instagram was to remove everything off of their agreement with ASCAP, well, then that would limit you to not being able to live stream on that platform because of that current relationship. So you'll be limited by the platform's ability to provide to their customers, and those platforms will eventually cease to exist.
Wild times in the form of streaming. But I think with the also, again, as we talked about earlier, with AI coming to make your own music, I think they're going to have to relax the rules a little bit. Also, as we get further, everybody's going to stream, whether that's going to be from classes inside these spaces. It's going to have to come a time where we're going to have to adapt and allow some things to happen, right? I mean, that's just reality.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's like I said, I'm working with one. And organically, it's not like I hired them. It's just a friend of mine who's grew in the ranks, who is my attorney, and is now working for one of the very first attorneys in Web3, and they represent the Rolling Stones. So they've been really doing their due diligence on their end with the Rolling Stones Web3, and we've kind of been learning a lot through that relationship and what's allowed there. But it seems like there's a lot more that we can do than not.
Oof, I think music and licensing and streaming and Web3 is a spicy topic. I'm going to write that one down. I want to welcome CJ Trax to the stage. We have Cowboy Tom that joined us for the last few minutes of the show. But I do want to get to Biometa's hand, and then we'll say hi to our new friends.
Hey, CC, what's going on? Metaverse Monday, episode 68. Remember, one more episode and Billy has to be in here, episode 69. So he has to show up. Tag him for that episode because we need Billy T Coin in here next week for Sheezy. Shout out to LM Designs in the house. LM, what it do, what it do, what it do. You know how it is, man. Biometa from New York City, Harlem, New York. Just want to tap in a little bit real quick with you guys and speak a little bit on that AI topic because it's pretty interesting how AI is actually re-innovating and changing how we live our daily lives and our day-to-day times. For example, I work in the ICU intensive care unit in the New York Presbyterian Hospital in New York City, and I've actually been given the chance to work with them to develop a special healthcare AI technology that is going to be sort of like an EKG system that can actually read, it's crazy shit here, guys, okay? It can literally read your bloodstream and can give you guys accurate counts of certain illnesses and cholesterol and sugar counts and everything using AI technology. It actually creates a diagram, a actual live diagram, where it can pinpoint certain issues with the body, right, that you're looking for. You just tell the AI, I'm looking for a cyst, and it'll run a check through the body with these patches, and it's pretty cool how it works. I kid you not, can't talk too much about it, but it's showing us how AI now is moving into the healthcare industry, and I'm pretty excited about that. Changing some lives and helping lives is always a good way, and the blockchain technology and AI is showing to do just that, right? It's not just here to give NFTs and crypto coins. But again, thank you again, Hi CC, Make an NFT, Big Brother, for allowing Vita TV to be the broadcasting service for you guys. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for what's coming with you guys. And licensing with the music industry as well has really become very tricky. One thing I do want to say is, if for those artists and DJs out there, CJ Trax, my brother, I see you down there. What's up, homie? For those that are actually wanting to play music on stream, there's a cool application out there called Mixcloud. And Mixcloud actually will pay you for, well, not you, but pay the artist who you're playing on the broadcast a royalty distribution right, where they have a licensing agreement for all of these industries and giving them a percentage of residual for you playing their music on your broadcast without getting any fines or anything whatsoever. But with that being said, guys, thank you again. I'll play the wall like graffiti. I'll tap in one or two more times right before we end the space. Shout out to Cowboy Tom. Shout out to our newest partner, the music industry, Rollo in the house. Big sis Mariana from the Beavers crowd. Creatrix in the house, Era, Lovely 17. Damn. So many family members in here. This shit's getting crazy. I love it. I love it. With that being said, I'll pass my mic back over. I will rest my mic.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome, CJ. Did you want to contribute to this really impromptu, amazing conversation, or did you just want to say hi because you missed us all weekend?
A mix of both, yeah. Just saying what's up to everybody. Hope you guys are all having an amazing Monday, getting your week started off right, getting productive. Don't forget to get your blood flowing, get in the gym a little bit. I've been doing a lot more of that this year, and I'm really hoping to encourage other people to do the same. But anyways, I heard TikTok, I heard music copyrights, I heard it all, and it's just like the red alert bell start going off in your head. But just wanted to just a quick thing. I mean, it really just comes down to how valuable I think music NFTs are, and how valuable I think that creating experiences around the metaverse is really key for artists. It's not something that you're going to see the glory of when you do one show or you do two shows. Like, it's something that really just takes a consistent, it's a consistent grind that you have to do, and eventually, you know, big brands come in, and whether they're a big brand or a small brand, they're going to pay attention to the ones that are consistent. Whether they have 10 to 20 people at a show or not, it doesn't matter. If you have 10, 20 people at your show every single week, you're more likely for that brand to want to work with you, and versus like someone who does an event every 6 months or once a year, and I just wanted to put that out there, that don't give up the grind. Don't give up on how slow things are moving right now, because there's a lot of big potential factors of people getting driven back into the metaverse like really soon. So, just a few of those things. ETF approval for Bitcoin is going to dump a ton of money back into the blockchain and just Web3 in general. Let alone the Bitcoin halving in March or in April that I keep telling people about. Prepare for it, because people are going to flow in here. People flow into Decentraland as the price of things go up and down, the mana point. So I think as people are not getting grants as much next year, plus the flow of Bitcoin halving, I think we're going to see a potential, a lot of people coming in. And yeah, just having yourself prepared for handling live streams, handling, being able to handle your computer, handle all the things that you have to do. Upgrading your equipment right now is probably the best investment I think I can tell somebody to do, is like having equipment that can handle all this type of stuff. But yeah, I've been really learning a lot from Biometa, learning a lot from Rollo, just learning a lot from the streaming side of things, because it's another animal. But yeah, it's why I've dove into music NFTs. It's why Spotty Wi-Fi is so heavy on music NFTs. And it's not just about someone buying a music NFT. It's like what you can do with that NFT after you own it is so much more powerful than what you can do when you just like stream it on Spotify or whatever. But anyways, just want to chime in on that and say, don't give up on the grind, keep it consistent. And if y'all ever have any questions about Decentraland when it comes to streaming, or you need help with something, my DMs are always open, and I'm always down to help. But I got some shows this week. Before I hop off, because I'm only gonna be here for a few minutes, I have to hop out here. I gotta get my kid from school. I have shows tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific time every single Tuesday. You know how we do. We're actually celebrating Mama Trax's birthday tomorrow, so I'd love you guys to show up for that. And then we head over to Spottyland for our 2-hour session. We're highlighting a new artist every single week. We do mainly hip hop and R&B sets, and then we highlight a new artist. And we've been transitioning from playing more Web 2 music, and I've been shifting. If you see my DJ sets over the last year, you've seen it's transitioned more to me playing my own original music, playing other community members' music, and other Web3 music, because I want that world to keep growing. I want those people to be seen more. I don't really care much about the celebrities. I love the music, don't get me wrong, but I care about the people that are here that are still grinding, and that's why I'm playing their music, and I don't charge for that, because it is what it is. But I think that the more we share, the more that we can grow. And I think I just want to lead by example for those that are in the metaverse and that feel a little discouraged right now. And I know there's a lot of factors that are hitting everybody right now, but hopefully that people can see the consistency and what we're doing. And I'm also DJing on Wednesday at Decentral Games for a casino game this week, and on Friday at Vroomway. So it's gonna be a busy week, and I can't wait to see you guys all at the parties. And I love you all.
Thank you so much, Trax. Mate.
Yeah, I just wanted to tap in for those of you who have not seen DJ Trax play. This week is an excellent week to do it. He also a lot of times streams on TikTok where he'll have up to a few hundred people watching, let alone the few hundred people who are coming to vibe out in DCL. One of my favorite DJs. He's taught me as much as I've enjoyed. So big dap to you, CJ Trax. Let's keep it moving. I know we were on AI, but AI and AR, XR tech, but the reality is all of this stuff is merging together. It's incredibly important we start making choices now that help us evolve to what we're doing and taking this all forward.
I absolutely agree. I love going off the rails. Like, I got my little show flow and my little discussion topics. But like when you get some serious brains in the room and you start having these high level conversations about the world that we're living in, that we're operating in, that we love so much, who am I to say no? Who am I to say no to having these amazing conversations? So I 1,000,000% appreciate everybody coming and spending time with us today. You could be anywhere and you chose to be here with us, which is an honor. I respect that, and I want to respect everyone's time. And I want to close it out. I just want to say a quick hello to Cowboy Tom. He's had his hand up very patiently. So I'll pass the mic to you, and then we'll start our safety round.
Yeah, hey, what's going on, everybody? Um, I was just wanted to comment on something I heard earlier. Um, was about like music publishing and streaming, and I think that's something I would love to see more of in the space. Because when I remember when I first heard about music NFTs, we were told that we were going to have IP to music, and we would be able to, buy, that IP, but that hasn't turned out to be that way. You buy a music NFT, you don't own the music. So I would love to see some artists and some producers and stuff pave the way for publishing, because publishing is what really moves the music industry. And me as an investor, I want to build a catalog of songs that I can go stream and make royalties off of. So I think that's something that we're really missing, and that could really set us on fire and get the music industry noticing us, because the music industry is all about publishing and getting those royalties and creating generational wealth off that. And I think that's something we have to provide, that product, I think, in the space.
Thank you for that insight. And I think I'm inclined to agree for sure. So we'll start our safety round for now. Let's start with CJ because they've got their hand up and they probably have to go soon. So let's start safety with you.
No, I 100% agree with you, Cowboy Tom. I think that I've seen it happen. I've seen a few people in music NFTs that have done it right, and I've been taking my notes over the last 2 years and just like, hopefully the next drop will be a very not as strategically done, but like more. My music NFTs that I dropped before in the past were more just like collectible items that people can use for creating videos and stuff like that. But I've seen people drop one of ones that they immediately own afterwards, and then they're able to put them in, let's say, a metaverse build or a game that they build or whatever. Like those things are so much more valuable, and they're being sold for really cheap right now. It's the crazy part about it. Like they're $50, $100 I've seen, and you own the song or whatever. But yeah, I really just see the potential of that intertwined with wearables, intertwined with emotes, intertwined with your land. It just can be. It all works just like the physical world, y'all. This isn't much different than what has already been done. Now we're just doing it in a digital space. Okay, so you really have to like take a zoom out of everything that's been happening over the last few months and like realize how many tools have been giving to us over the last 6 months since ChatGPT has been deployed, or whatever you want to call it. Like things are on like moving 1,000 miles an hour now. Before they were like 50 miles an hour, so we were just cruising. Now it's like boom, it's moving fast. You have to be able to adapt with it, and it's gonna move faster than you guys think. But one other thing, I know that was off topic because I didn't realize AR XR was the topic, whatever. But another big factor is Apple Vision Pro coming out in January, and the Ray-Ban glasses are already pretty much out. Think about being at an event and you can see things that people can't. Think about the FOMO that creates in itself. How many people are going to sit at an NFL game and watch the cool graphics going across the screen in front of you, but you're not seeing it? You're going to want to go buy those Apple Vision Pros no matter how much they cost, right? So think about the potential of what is to come with AR and XR too, because you can create experiences in the physical world that accent whatever you're doing in the metaverse, and they can all kind of work for each other. Like I've been working on bridging that gap between the physical and digital world a lot. Biometa especially too, because I haven't seen many people do as many IRL events with being streamed into the metaverse at the same time, and vice versa. Now more people are doing it, and that to me is the ultimate potential of all this. Just mixing the digital and the physical world together. When I'm hanging out at an event at Innkeeper, I'm hanging out with people in Amsterdam. Like my digital avatar is dancing with their physical person self in a bar. So think about how you can connect with people all over the world through this. Most people are missing that part. They think too much. They're thinking too hard about everything instead of thinking, I can connect one on one with somebody who lives over in Africa or lives over in Japan or lives in China. Like, I've been doing it for 2 years, and a lot of us have been. I just want to keep reminding you guys, just keep building, keep connecting the dots with people. And I mean, I'm just excited for a lot because a lot's to come. But appreciate you all for letting me rant off, CC. I know you guys have a lot going on and a lot of time, but just wanted to hop in and show some love to my favorite Monday family. You feel me? Y'all be always so consistent, so turned up, and I appreciate you guys coming to the Central and showing up to the parties and everything. It's gonna be another great week, and I will see you guys because I have to go drive to school and sit in a carpool. Appreciate y'all.
Team Speed, Lex,
Yay,
baby.
Metaverse parents. Let's start that hot safety round. I'm going to start with One Existence, and then we'll do Rollo, Cowboy Tom, and then we'll finish off with our honored guest for today. One Existence, is there anything going on this week? Is there something you forgot to say to us? Last moments, last thoughts. Give it to us.
Real quick, I want to say I experienced one of those IRL events on Saturday night. If you ever get the opportunity to go one, do not pass it up. It was amazing. Loved it. Met some great people. In a couple weeks, a 1-year anniversary of a Twitter space I did with multi-metaverse platforms will take place again on October 29th. More information to come. Mintz is one of my panel members. I'm in talks with the Somium Space CEO and some other big prominent ones. Upstreet is confirmed. The Man Who Sold the World is confirmed. And a couple others with special guests, Meta Rides and Vipes.io. And that's October 29th, World Internet or International Internet Day. And again, I'll have more details coming. Thank you very much.
That sounds spicy. I am excited for that. Let's go to Rollo. Final thoughts. Anything happening this week that we need to tap into?
Yeah, well, right now on the legal side, I'm just trying to deal with a lot of my attorney stuff, which I will continue to share with everybody here. I don't know what the fuck's going on, so these guys make me nervous about everything. So things like music, infringement, stuff like that. But more than anything, I just want to say thank you to you, CC, Make, all my people that I see in here, my boy Chris and Trax and Altered Alley, Josh, everyone. I mean, this is amazing. I just really want to leave everybody with the thought of just, sometimes we just need to slow down and create that space that's needed to progress. So just take breaths. We don't need to work so hard. We just need to be more mindful and present and to allow those things to happen organically. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Rollo. You've always been just a wonderful energy in this space, very knowledgeable in a lot of business aspects that maybe not all of us are familiar with because we might be more geared towards creativity or artistry. So thank you for bringing that sort of needed perspective, that needed lens. So really grateful for you. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. I want to pass the mic to Cowboy Tom. Is there anything going on this week or any final thoughts before I hand it off to our honored guests?
I think Bio might attest to this. We're gonna have a little DCL meetup on Thursday. A couple of DCL family members are coming into town. So if you're in the New York area, Thursday evening, I think we're all going to meet up in Manhattan and hang out if you're around.
Awesome. Awesome. I love an IRL meetup. I'm a little bit far from Manhattan, but I hope it gets live streamed. Sounds like it will be. That'll be really fun to watch and be a part of from the digital realm. Let's pop it over to LM. LM, anything going on this week that we should tap into? Any final thoughts from you?
Yes. Okay. So, of course, on Thursday, there is the jam, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's going to be jammy. We just crossed 80 episodes last week. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been 80 episodes. And I'm just excited to be doing all of this Fear for Tez. So, if you do have art that you did for the event, or if you have someone that you want to share, please do that. And I did want to say, Cowboy, you are right, but I definitely shared up with you and maybe something that you might be interested in. I meant to share it up, but fantasy Phantoms. Oh my gosh. So I have Styles P, I have the stems, I own the GLB for the thing. I created a whole world around it. So I am in pursuit of anything that gives me assets that I fully own the right. GLB, we are winning. So projects like A Kid Called Beast and things of that nature, once they get their music side of it, I mean, they're already untouchable, but I'll leave it alone. I'll join them one day. Shout out to y'all. But projects that do it right, I love projects that do it right. And it is amazing and incredible what we have at our fingertips. And last year, I have Instagram filters, I have AR filters all over the place. So I definitely popped it down in the comments. If y'all try them out, please let me know. DM me the shots if you don't want to put it public, because it's just exciting to see y'all out there using the things that we're creating. And like I like to say before I leave any place, any space, love self, love others, and love often, y'all. Oh, y'all make me so happy. Thank y'all.
Oh, thank you so much, LM. Make Vans, can I go to Altered and then we can hit you guys up?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna in the car going to pick up my kids, so I'm gonna jump in and say I really appreciate y'all coming through today, family and friends. Unfortunately, Cinderella has run out of time. His glass slipper has have shot off. I really hope you'll join us with Vans, with CC, with Biometa, and DJ Live Alive. Excuse me, this Wednesday, 7 p.m. East. We're going to run it. We're going to celebrate in the Women in Tech Museum. Have a wonderful day, y'all. Unfortunately, the kids got to be picked up. Biggest love from Metaverse Monday.
It's so true. Glass slippers are coming off. I want to hand the mic over to Altered Alley, and then we'll hit up Vans and finish off. And then I'll grab you too, Bio. Altered, what's going on this week? What do we need to tap into to stay cool and relevant in the metaverse?
So this week, Haunted Alley runs through the rest of the month. Basically, filming it is like a real world mixed reality haunt experience. So take a run through that. Sunday, we're doing the underground fashion show. Where basically, if you've made it through the Haunted Alley, you can get into that. And keep an eye at the end of the month, the 29th. We're doing a metaverse show in Spatial on a spot called Layer. We're gonna have some live hip hop artists, a few things like that, and an art show going on there. So yeah, that's what's going on. And thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. I really, really enjoy our conversations, IRL and in spatial. All right, so who's up next? Let's hit up Bio. What's happening? What's going on? Keep us tapped in and informed.
What's up once again, everybody? I'm going to give you guys my closing speech. We're running to the end, so this will be the last time you hear from me in Spaces. Until next week, obviously, hope to see you guys here on, once again, the Billy T Coin episode, highly anticipated 69, which I hope you guys all, I'm not joking, tag Billy T Coin. We need him here, episode 69, all jokes aside. But with that being said, again, I want to share with you guys on that event, that Decentraland meetup that a good friend of mine was talking about a couple of seconds ago, Cowboy Tom. We were going to meet up at Bryant Park, downtown New York City, at the Whole Foods Eden Center. You can't miss it. It's right there. It's right in front of that cafe section on Bryant Park at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, October 19th. If anybody has any questions of how to get there, or you're just trying to figure out the 411, you can slide in any of my DMs. I'll share my link tree inside this chat box or the space. You can reach out to me via email, WhatsApp. Everything is listed there. My phone number is there, everything. So there's no way in heck you can't reach me, trust me. Just like I'm streaming into like 75 different networks, I got like 75 different connections so you can contact me through. So thank you again, High CC, Make an NFT Big Brother. You guys are watching Metaverse Mondays, episode 68, ARXR Extravaganza with LM Designs 8. One of the most iconic spacians I've met in my life, kid you not. I actually did one of her parties, her birthday parties, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was last year, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
was the best. Thank you.
I love it. The love is so strong.
I got rugged. Sorry about that.
No,
They called
it's
me.
okay, Bio. We heard
They
you.
called me right there. I heard, yeah, and then I got rugged. So sorry about that again. But
She said you were the best.
yeah, everybody's always hitting me up for some streaming help. But before they call me back again, I love all of you guys. Thank you again for joining us. LM, nice to see you as usual. Rollo, One Existence, Creature, CJ Tracks, Make an NFT. I mean, the vibes go on. So many of you guys are in here, and those that tuned in and those that are catching the playback, thank you again. My name is Chris Gonzalez, Biometa, the face of Vita TV, the Decentraland Metaverse Cable Box. And y'all know what it is. Hit up High CC and make an NFT if you ever want to sponsor or be a part of Metaverse Mondays. You're not going to miss out on the fun, right? I mean, I kid you not. It's all about fun and connections here and socialization. So thank you again. I'll play the wall.
I totally agree.
Graffiti. And I love you guys. Peace.
If I could have everybody's help, I pinned to the top the party that we're having this Wednesday. Yes, I realize I spelled techno wrong, and I own that, and I am so sorry to all techno enthusiasts. But if we could like and retweet so we can get the word out for the party for this Wednesday, that would be amazing. I really want to make this a banger. Because I want to celebrate all the incredible humans who came through in the last month and so many more. And I want to say a big heartfelt thank you for Vans for putting up with Meg, Prism, and I for the last 4 shows. You've been amazing. Please, is there anything that we need to tap into this week? And do you have any final thoughts for us today?
Cece, I just want to say you're incredible. Thank you so much for always including us, highlighting artists, for making this happen. Make and Prison for giving me the opportunity because, and also Hayometa for sharing, all the artists. I am really excited, like Mick said earlier. We are having a party this Wednesday at the Woman and Tech VR Museum and Spatial. We are going to be highlighting all the amazing artists. And I want to say thank you so much, LM Design, for taking your time. If you go to the front of the museum, we have some of her Halloween takeover, and you can jump into her world. So check that out as well. The deadline for my upcoming Halloween party and special it's already passed. But if you're still interested, feel free to DM me your piece. I'll be more than happy to add you in there. I want to say I'm organizing a test burn party with Secret Project and Lucia that was here earlier. So yeah, keep on the lookout if you want to participate with that. Maybe High CC and myself, we're open again the Haunted Halloween experience. We did an amazing collab last year, and everybody should see it again. Coming up next month, we talked a lot about exciting topics today, but we have the AI Summit hosted by Creative Owls and myself. So please don't miss it out. November 16th. A lot of important information, and you're gonna see a clone version of myself. So be there. And see you next Monday.
Definite. Hit up the AI Summit. We're going to have so much fun. If you thought this was a great conversation, wait till you hit the Summit in Spatial by Vans and Creative Owls. It's incredible. I just want to say thank you again for spending time with us today. We're coming down to that wire. I can't believe that I've kept you guys for so long. I love you all. I really want to say thank you for joining us on 68th episode of Metaverse Monday. I hope you enjoyed our chat with Vans, Altered, and LMD. If you missed the show, don't worry, loves, we got you. The adventure has been streamed live to YouTube, Kick, the Metaverse is all over the place, thanks to Vita TV. And if you do want to become a sponsor, please hit us up. Make and I are available in DMs so we can discuss the opportunities. We'd love to have you guys on board. But until next time, I'll see you in the Metaverse.
Let's go.
No
Embrace
outro
each day.
music. I don't have my DJ. So
You know what
I'm
I'll
just going
do?
to end
I
this
have an idea.
space.
I have an idea.
I got it.
It's like this. I got one for you guys. We usually play a music, but I'm gonna give you guys a motivational speech just to end it out, a one-sentence motivational speech, and that is: embrace each day with the enthusiasm of a person chasing their dreams. For in every moment lies the potential for greatness. Keep that in mind. Live with that. Never let anyone put you down in any form or shape or way. Don't worry about the viewer counts or the viewers. Could be one person, could be two people. You don't need 1,000. You just need the right person to see what you're doing. Keep going. Stay strong.